Radioland Reborn with the New Beginnings post-show here with Giant Baba. As we just got the wrestling settled in the Tokyo Dome. Let's discuss what happened out there tonight. Muta and Jack tagged up against Old School. Tag champs versus tag champs. Muta wanted to do everything by himself again. Busted open Pedro. He even injured Tito Santana. As we now hear, he's injured, but in the end, Old School got the job done. Pedro over Cactus Jack. Old School's the winners. Still undefeated as tag champs.
I think this is gonna come to bite Muta in the butt one time. Because Cactus Jack's eventually gonna get fed up with it.
Probably will.
And we know how much of a lunatic Cactus Jack is.
This is true, but Muta ain't exactly the sharpest tool in the shed at times either. As he's got a screw loose up there
really.
too.
Yep.
Maybe they're perfect for each other. But Old School, what do you have to say on that injury over there on Tito? And the victory by Pedro for his partner.
That's definitely not too good for Tito Santana. Depending on the extent of the injury, I'm gonna have to go talk to the trainers on Tito Santana and Alexa Bliss later. Depending on the extent of the injury, I may have to leave him out of action for a week or two, but if it's nothing too severe, like an arm or a leg injury,
we know it's a head injury.
He should be fine.
They said 2 weeks.
A head injury for 2 weeks. Unless something drastic comes up and he must defend the title, I will leave him out of action for 2 weeks. That doesn't mean he gets to stay home and relax. He's still gonna be here. He'll just have to manage. He'll have to be Muta's manager in a singles match. So he's still gonna be around.
And then we got Alexa called out Havoc. Knowing she's injured, is now the champion with a huge target on her back, and you know Havoc. She doesn't take kindly to anyone. She hunts people. She is the huntress, Havoc, and she just claimed Tamina tonight, and she has marked Alexa for next.
I don't know who the
don't know how far
is
along
for our 5GM cross promotional show. But if anyone knows who he is, contact him and let him know that I want this match to happen.
Havoc wants it. Don't know if he's available, but we'll see. I would assume he's looking to make the best things happen between all companies, not just within them.
Yeah.
As it does involve all.
I mean, if I can get an advanced word ahead of time that the match will not happen at the pay-per-view, I can make it happen at an episode of AAA. Or New Japan.
And we also have the fact that she beat Tamina. What did you think on that?
That was very shocking. Tamina's not a petite woman, you know? She's a giant in terms of height in women's wrestling. I didn't expect her to go down that easily to Havoc.
Havoc far bigger than she was, and that's scary. And Jushin lost his title tonight. Didn't get pinned, but he lost his title tonight. Kalisto pinned by Psychosis via stunner. Psychosis
now,
is
seeing
now the
as
new
he didn't get
Cruiserweight
pinned,
champion.
He is owed a rematch clause, and he will get it. He just has to come to me with a date. Does he want it Tuesday or the week after Tuesday? He has 2 dates to choose.
So you're going to have to look at it this way. How do you feel about the debuting El Zorro after seeing him that match, first of all?
El Zorro had an okay showing in the match, you know. He wasn't the pinner or the pinee at the finish of the match, so technically he hasn't won anything and he hasn't lost anything, but I'm going to give him more opportunities in the future
He
in
definitely had a
more
good fight out
one-on-one
there on the ramp
settings.
against Psychosis. He took him down and started dancing out there.
Yeah, he did.
The night of the
But
rooms.
I'm going to start giving him more opportunities in a one-on-one where he's either going to be the pin-er or the pin-e and less fatal facing of 4 matches.
We'll see if he can win some. But also, we had Psychosis in there. He is the new champion representing the Rudos. The title has turned. What do you think on that?
Psychosis being the new champion. Maybe it's part of Conan's narrative to try and take over AAA, because we all know Conan has an upcoming match with Juventud Guerrera this Tuesday. And after that, where does Conan go? You know, he's got his stable beginning to form with Psychosis.
And El Zorro kind of seems like he's on that same page.
And El Zorro kind of did want to kind of be a
And
heel.
word is someone's controlling him with that mask. We're not sure who. Could be Conan, I would assume.
You never know.
But
I mean,
also,
apparently, you know, I haven't worked with AAA until recently, but apparently in AAA, masks can have superpowers.
well, it's very big cultural differences between Japan and Mexico.
I
Things
mean,
are
I
going to have
didn't
to
know
learn now
superpowers
taking
were a
over
real
for 'em.
thing. You know, I've watched Power Rangers with my niece, but I didn't know they were an actual thing, you know, with that mask.
Well, it's got a Mayan curse, legend has it.
Well, apparently anything is possible.
Yes, yes it is. Diddy-up. I'm kidding. But, Kalisto, the rookie, got pinned in the match. What's your status on that rookie?
Yes. Well, he has Sin Cara, so he has someone if he needs to go into the tag division. But he put up a really good showing despite being pinned.
Maybe singles just isn't his thing. Maybe he does need to tag up.
Quite possibly so.
He's on a bit of a cold streak lately, and Jushin no longer the champ. What do you think about him?
Well, he has his rematch clause. He just has to
Yeah, like you said.
choose a date.
But what if he doesn't win his rematch?
Then I guess he moves on to something else. There's always the AAA Mega Championship. There's always the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. Should Jushin Liger ever make a full-time jump to New Japan? So, I mean, Jushin Liger has a lot of places he can go.
And then we've got Kenny Omega out there, debuted tonight against Tyler Breeze and rolled him up for the win. Breeze lasted a little bit longer than we thought, but he got destroyed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, not many people are going to be talking about Tyler Breeze after tonight.
I guess you could say Omega's opponent was easy breezy. Roll up pin squeezy.
No matter how much you know I hate your cheesy freaking comments, you're right.
And then Neville had his partner Zayn out there to cheer him on in his title defense against Low-Key, who also had his injured partner and the former original champ Perkins there at ringside to cheer him on. And Neville got the job done the classic
Most
way, the only way
definitely.
he could with the red arrow,
Perkins,
retained the
I
title.
believe he still has his rematch. I mean, his partner challenge for the title tonight because he was injured. He was scheduled to get his rematch tonight, but that doesn't count as his rematch. So
Perkins is gonna have to be the man to step in the ring.
he
Matter
has
of when
a
that
free
injury
shot.
heals. And the retirement match we saw out there tonight. You won your match with a big headbutt knocked him out cold really early into the match. I feel like Tatsumi just got gassed out. He's getting old.
I didn't want to beat him. It's his retirement match. But it came to it. I pinned him, and he didn't kick out. So
I think he just got gassed.
I mean, it wasn't an ideal way to end his career, though. But what can you do?
Only hope
You
that he
know?
finds a better thing to do in his life. Or maybe comes back to wrestling one day. Or at least sticks around in the
Well, I
back.
can confirm he is still signed to New Japan. We've just moved him into a backstage producer's role as of Thursday night. Next Thursday night, he will begin as the backstage producer.
Well, maybe that'll help you with things
And
as you're trying to run New Japan and AAA. Get more time to focus on the new company you're taking in now, and he can help you out with New Japan.
yeah, so Tatsumi's basically one of my advisors. You know, we're still very great friends. You know, we're still getting along very well, and we're gonna still be business partners.
Any chance we'll hear from him one final time, now that he is retiring?
If he wants it, I can give him mic time on Thursday.
Would be great to get the closure out of him. It's a shame to see him go.
Really is, you know. I mean, he seemed like he had another 5 years left in his career when he first came to New Japan just before Reborn began. But now he's moved to backstage. But if he wants more mic time, he can get it.
And then Rollins beat Shinsuke in the main event, made him so bloody it was just all over the place. Looked like he died.
Yeah, Tito's hurt, but Nakamura isn't.
I guess Tito's getting a little old too.
Who knows? Maybe it's time for old school to hang up the boots.
I don't know about that. I mean, they are still undefeated. Muda and Jack can't say that no more, but
They
they
are.
haven't lost their titles. That is something that I can't
It was
say.
undefeated tag champs versus undefeated tag champs. And speaking of the tag team champions versus tag team champions match, I wanted to talk about what happened backstage with the social outcasts and the vaudevillains. They don't have an impact on the weekly production of New Japan Pro Wrestling, but I'm still very disappointed in those four men. Murphy left on his own accord, no problem. He's suspended for a week. He did cause some trouble backstage. Axel was hesitant to leave at first, but he eventually left. You know, he has respect for the business. I have done business with his father, Kurt Hennig, in the past. So he gets a week as well. I mean, they did cause trouble at a memorial show. However, the vaudevillains I had to forcibly remove from the building myself. They're suspended indefinitely. So, the vaudevillains, they were jobbers before. They'll be lucky if they get any TV time now.
I mean, they've yet to appear, but they've already kind of got their foot in their mouth now.
Yep, they'll be lucky if they even get a single televised match.
Well, you are looking for challengers for Muda and Jack. Who do you think's next in line?
I don't know. They're really all out of potential challengers. We could possibly need some new tag teams.
Perkins
Maybe
got hurt.
bring
Loki,
in
no partner.
maybe bring in some
They
AAA
already beat
tag
them
teams.
anyhow.
Hell,
Maybe,
let's
but
give
Old School's
American
looking
Alpha
for
a
competitors
shot.
too. Oh, no, you need to get them to face someone who's not a tag team champion. They need to earn it. They are not tag team title worthy, and I'm sick of seeing that.
Yeah, so am I. But we basically wrapped up the entire show.
Well, let's take a look at some of the rankings.
Give me a rating.
Let's take a look at some of the rankings. Maybe another time.
Oh, I was gonna say rate my show. Oh. Okay. I will let you go discuss some of the ratings. I'm gonna go have a conversation with Tatsumi Fujinami. I will be back before the end.
Well, I was gonna discuss the rankings with you and see what you think on these.
Would you mind doing those to the audience? I have to go talk to Tatsumi.
Okay.
Very sorry for the inconvenience.
So, Seth Rollins being AAA Mega Champion. His top 10 right now, we're looking at Del Rio, former Cruiserweight Champ Jushin, Paige Morales and Tito Santana, the Tag Champs in AAA, La Parka, Dr. Wagner Jr., Octagon, Abyss, Xavier Woods, and Kofi Kingston somehow made it in the top 10. That's weird. And last place loser is Sting, who is the former champ. That's quite ironically strange, but then we got the AAA Mega Tag Champs, Old School, and last place loser right now is Los Matadors. Their top three being Lucha Dragons, former two-time challengers, two-time destroyed challengers, I should say, American Alpha, and then Guerrera and Liger. Lucha Dragons look to be in line possibly for a chance, but Rollins' nearest guy is Del Rio. Then we got Psychosis, now the new Cruiserweight champ. Jushin due for rematch is the #1 contender as we see here. Kalisto at number 2, then the tag champs, and the Parka, Octagon, Dr. Wagner Jr. Would have been Antonio Pena, but he is passed away. They forgot to take that out. But Juventud Guerrera, Rey Mysterio, and El Zorro. Debuted El Zorro from the show earlier. He is number 10 for the title. And then we can take a look at the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, Shinsuke, as his top 10 ranks with Daniel Bryan, Sami Zayn, Neville, the Great Muta, Giant Baba, and that's the first half. And then we got Tajiri, Kenny Omega, Mr. Fuji, Tatsumi, who is now retired, so don't have to count him there, but TJ Perkins, and then Chris Benoit. Rounding out top 10, he made it in there. And then the IWGP Intercontinental Champ Neville, his top 10 being Zayn,
I am
Shinsuke,
back.
Tajiri, Kenny Omega, yourself, Great Muta, Mr. Fuji, Tatsumi, Murphy, TJ,
I can announce right now that Tatsumi Fujinami will receive the mic time Thursday.
Well, that's good news. That'll give us the fans some closure. See what's going to go on with him. And then the IWGP Tag Champs right now, their top 3, well, the whole ranking in general, the 5 teams in their division, vying for a shot. The Vaudevillains are ranked number 1. Number 2, the Social Outcasts. Number 3, the former challengers who lost the Ascension. Number 4, former challengers who lost and one got injured, the Boom Squad. And number 5, one half of them is the Intercontinental Champ here in IWGP, New Japan, the Gate Crashers, Neville and Zayn, ranking bottom. And now let's go check out the women's title in IWGP. Women's title in the top 3 are Asuka, Bayley, and Carmella. We haven't heard from her in weeks. I don't know. She seems like she's the lost cause now. And, you know, ever since the match that happened earlier, I haven't heard anyone mention anything of Tamina, quite frankly, either. But hey, there's Sasha Banks at number 5. And currently Havoc ranks right below her at number 6.
Didn't say anything to anyone when she came backstage.
And Gail Kim is last place loser right now.
She just politely walked through the locker room and left the building.
And well, I suppose that'll do it, folks. Unless you've got any last comments here, Mr. Baba.
I don't. It was a fantastic pay-per-view, though, I must say.
Alright, well, Thank you guys for watching here on the post show. And as stated before, do catch a pay-per-view coming up this weekend. There'll be more news on that, as well as tomorrow catch Nitro. And on YouTube, the recent episode of Nitro is up now on Radarland, so be sure to check that out too. And thanks for watching The New Beginning and The New Beginnings post show. And goodbye, folks.